This Week with the Morning Q crew.
K93, Alexandria's #1 hit music station.
Google Trends released their annual collection of the top trending searches for this year's Halloween season, or as they call it, the Frightgeist. So here are the top 10 overall costumes to expect this year for Halloween. Number 10, Lady Deadpool. Number 9, Sabrina Carpenter. I can already see it now. There's going to be so many people dressed up as Sabrina Carpenter.
Why?
Because she's got some type of like lady swag. Like, you know how
Lady
like
swag?
everybody every year finds a pop culture person that they get some type of obsession with. And that's definitely this year's. There's a lot of young ladies that are saying, I just love everything that Sabrina Carpenter's doing.
I went to Walmart this weekend. They had in the entertainment section like a whole box full of just Taylor Swift books. I was like, okay, it's going a little too far.
No, you got to read up on Taylor Swift. Got to get her lore.
It was like illustrated Taylor Swift books. And I'm like, who's making this and putting it out?
I'm telling you, there's plenty of people out there that'll buy it. Number 8 is Dr. Doom. Number 7 is Red from Descendants, The Rise of Red. Number 6 is Envy from Inside Out. 5, Pomni from The Amazing Digital Circus. Dolores from Beetlejuice. Catnap from the horror video game Poppy Playtime. Raygun, the Australian breakdance extraordinaire. You remember that?
No.
From the Olympics?
No.
The lady that like kind of tricked her way into doing the Olympics as the breakdancer?
No.
Oh, Josh, you're so out of touch. Shrunken Head Bob from Beetlejuice.
R.I.P. Bob. R.I.P. Bob.
Don't spoil the movie, Josh.
That's a minor spoiler, but Bob was great. Rest in peace, Bob. But I will say this. You said Envy from Inside Out 2.
I did say
what
Envy
about
from
Anxiety?
Inside Out.
Everybody loved the Anxiety of that new character from Inside Out 2.
Maybe Envy's a little bit easier to dress up as.
Maybe so. They got some really great costume outfits, some realistic looking ones too at Spirit Halloween with their last
Shameless
week.
plug.
I might have to go back there and get the donkey outfit.
I think
from
I'm going to be
Shrek.
the Hawk Tua girl for Halloween, Josh. Spit
you?
on that thing!
Are you serious?
Hawk Tua!
Are you serious?
I'm going to dress up like the Hawk Tua girl.
We're going to send things on over to our fashion correspondent, Josh, who is broadcasting on location outside of Old Navy this morning. Let's send things on over to Josh.
Did you just bounce it to yourself?
Guys, it's me, and we're at Old Navy this morning. It's
Oh, man.
very clear. It's not open yet. Doesn't open till 10. It's very quiet right now. But one of the supposed new trends that we were going to see in 2025, Brandon and Josh, or should I say Josh and Brandon, that's the correct way to say it, is one-legged pants. So one of your legs is covered in a pant leg like usual, and the other is mostly exposed as like you were wearing a mini skirt or short shorts. How do you feel about this, Brandon?
Well, I feel like we should be consulting the senior fashion correspondent since you're always so dressed up, so dapper and handsome, and you're all trendy. What are we supposed to expect? Why is this the new trend? Why is this so cool?
Well, that is real true about my fashion sense. And I'll tell you what, Brandon, several fancy fashion companies have had models wearing these on runways recently, and one even has these pants as part of a collection of workplace women's wear for next spring. So you're going to be seeing this stuff soon.
We're going to be seeing women in this in the workplace?
Oh, yes. It sounds silly, and it is, but the designers seem excited about it being a symmetrical look. And kind of like how they have been trends of wearing mismatched socks and footwear. So this is going to be a thing.
Well, Josh, if they're all in on asymmetrical looks, they should have hired me a long time ago. My face droops on one side, so I feel like I should
Bell's
definitely...
palsy?
Huh?
You have had Bell's palsy?
Are you speaking English?
Bell's palsy is when you have your one face side of your face.
Well, this is what I heard. Is it Bell's palsy?
I've had Bell's palsy before.
Have you really?
Yeah.
I don't know how you...
You can tell a little bit.
I don't know if you
My
can
face is
get
still
rid
not
of that, though.
No, there's a chance it can come back again if you had it once. But, like, your face droops on one side, and then eventually...
I think that's called a stroke, Josh.
No. I mean, when you have a stroke, you do get that permanently most of the time. Sometimes you can get rid of it. But this was like a temporary thing, and I had to go to the physical therapist.
And they said, you have cerebral palsy. They told you that.
Cerebral
and
palsy,
then
yeah.
they told you that you overcame cerebral palsy.
Yeah, it got better over time.
I don't know if I believe that that's a
Dude,
thing that you can do.
When I went
Can
to rub
you
my lips
get
together, it
rid
went good.
of cerebral palsy?
The point of this story,
look at this. No, there is no cure for cerebral palsy.
No, it's something that flares up. And once you have it once, you can get it again.
It says you can treat it a little bit, but it doesn't say you can get rid of it. So
I had physical therapy. Bell's palsy, not cerebral palsy. Bell's palsy. There's a difference.
We'll add that, and we'll see if that changes our results.
But back to my report on location, live from Old Navy this morning.
Okay,
the real question is,
okay. Bell's palsy, you can cure it. Okay.
Thank you. I'm not making this up. But the real question is, are you still paying for 2 legs, but only getting one? The answer is, oh yes, and even more. This is only super expensive fashion right now, so you won't be getting them here at Old Navy. You won't be getting these Old Navy prices. It's also worth pointing out these seem to be targeted mostly at women as an evening wearing thing for flashy occasions. So you won't see me wearing them, but I will report.
I thought you were the senior fashion correspondent.
I will report back to you, Brandon and Josh, as soon as I find out if Old Navy is going to have these in stock here in Alexandria. Back to you, Josh and Brandon. Josh, thank you so much for that great fashion report. When we come back, we have your showbiz highlights, all your entertainment and amusing news. What's that face for, Brandon?
I don't think anybody likes that you tossed it back to yourself.
Men over 50, would this be better or somehow much, much worse? According to the new report out this morning, your next prostrate exam could be done.
I'm pretty sure it's prostate.
I know. I have a trouble saying that.
Yeah. Oh, you had a hard time saying that sentence as well.
I'm having trouble saying that. Prostrate.
No, prostate.
Prostrate.
Prostrate.
Prostate.
Now you got me saying it all stupid.
It's
prostate.
Spelled prostate.
It's prostate.
Prostate. Your prostate exam could be done by a robotic finger. How about that?
I don't think anybody wants that.
Researchers
Might as well get the real deal while you're at it.
Researchers in China have been working on a flexible finger-like
Lube up
probe
while you're back there, too.
with sensors at the end. They think it could eventually be used to detect things like an enlarged prostate or abnormal lumps. It's called BSF, Bio-Inspired Soft Finger. It bends like a normal finger does. It just doesn't have a human attached to it. Other than you, of course. It's not just for prostrate exams. In a recent test, it was able to...
You're still saying it wrong. You know that, right?
I know. It was able to find someone's artery on their wrist and measured their pulse. They think their technology could be used...
Say artery again?
Artery?
Artery.
Could be used to find lumps in breast tissue as well. So after they squished at the mammogram, another robot might fill you up. How you feel about robots invading your privacy?
I'm saying keep it all natural, baby. I mean, this is the human condition, human life. Why are we trying to involve robots?
I like it. It's a lot.
I know you do. I mean, you talk about how much you like going to the doctor and them lubing up their finger and checking your prostate. You say that all the time.
I've never had one of those, and I don't think I'm ever going to do
Believe
one
it
of
or not,
those.
Josh gets them weekly.
Here's the thing.
He likes them that much.
I think it would be a lot less awkward for people if it was a robot doing it instead, but you probably have to have somebody like monitoring the robot as they're doing it. But it'd probably be a lot less awkward. I think with all the technology in this world, okay, Elon Musk literally just sent something off into the air and it landed. It got caught with some chopsticks, as they call them, okay?
Sure.
With all the technology we have, people going to Mars and Jupiter or whatever, we still got to stick someone else's finger up our butt to decide how our prostate
Keep
is
it
doing.
natural, baby.
When women go and do their mammograms, we still have to squish their tatas like it's a pancake. We ain't got no better technology. We kind of get better at this as America. We're better than this.
I feel like we're focused too much on moving into the future, and we're losing touch with the natural things.
We need to lose touch. We don't want to be touched like
keep
that.
the touch. Keep the touch.
Week 7 of the National Football League kicks off tonight when the Saints host the Denver Broncos. Sean Payton's back in town, and also at halftime, they're inducting Drew Brees into the Saints Hall of Fame. So big night tonight. Saints on a 3 or 4 game losing streak.
They're not looking too hot right now.
They can't lose another game or it's going to get bad.
You know who's not on a losing streak? Us, Josh. We had good weeks last week. Josh, you went 13-1 in your picks. I went 12-2. You've got a game on me.
The thing is, though, this week is probably the toughest week. There was multiple games where it felt like it's a toss-up. Like it could be any team.
Absolutely. So, Josh, your overall record, 54-38. I'm just behind you at 53-39. Let's go to our picks for this week. Tonight, like you said, Denver and New Orleans in the Superdome. You're going to be in attendance. You want the Saints to win tonight. I'm picking Denver. I think Denver might win this
know.
game tonight.
I feel like, though, that with Drew there, the atmosphere, Sean Payton, the Saints, and I mean, how many games can you lose in a row? The Saints really got to have this.
They've got to have it, but I'm going to take a risk and say that Sean Payton's going to be on some evil hours tonight. He's going to come in and just
week.
He wants to spoil it for everybody.
But Chris Olave's not playing. I think Rashid.
He's out. Taysom Hill's out.
Rashid might be out the rest of the year.
Our whole offensive line is, dead somewhere.
I saw a tweet yesterday. There's only 2 players that are on the offense for week 1 still playing. And one of them's Kamara, and he's hurt too, but he's
just playing through it. He's got a broken rib. New England in Jacksonville. Well, this game's actually in London. New England and Jacksonville both playing against each other. We've got New England winning that game. Seattle and Atlanta. We're both rolling with Atlanta. Tennessee and Buffalo. That one seems easy. We're both rolling with Buffalo, but you never know. It's the NFL. Cincinnati and Cleveland both rolling with Cincinnati. And then Houston and Green Bay. Josh, you're rolling with C.J. Stroud and the Houston Texans. I'm going Jordan Love and the Green Bay Packers. That's going to be a good game.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows who wins, but I'm definitely going to be tuning in for that one. Miami and Indianapolis. We're both rolling with Indianapolis as Miami is still hurting, still struggling. Detroit and Minnesota. This is my personal game of the week. I think that game is going to tell a lot about this NFL season. Josh, you're rolling with Minnesota, which probably would have been my pick. But since you rolled with Minnesota, I'm going to roll the dice and say, how about I'll take Detroit.
Why don't you actually pick who you think is going to win the game?
Because I think that I want to have the edge on you this year.
You're not going to get the edge by picking teams that lose, Brendan.
I don't know if Detroit's going to lose. I don't know if Detroit's going to lose. They might end up winning, and it might do me a favor. Philadelphia and the New York Giants. You're rolling with Philadelphia. I look at what Philadelphia is doing right now, and I say,
I'm scared to pick them.
I'm scared, dude. I don't like it. So
I don't like the Giants
I'm rolling with the Giants. I'm going to go ahead and take a risk.
Any of them.
I think the Giants might pull that game out. Los Angeles Rams versus the Vegas Raiders. We're both rolling with the Rams. Carolina and Washington, both rolling with Jaden Daniels and the Commanders. Kansas City and San Francisco. We're both rolling with Kansas City. That's dangerous because you never know with San Francisco. It's like they find running backs in a lab somewhere. I mean, they've never had a bad running back in the last 5 years.
I saw
it's
an
ridiculous.
article this morning that Kansas City is actually the underdog, but Patrick Mahomes actually does very well being the underdog.
Right.
He always wins. So I went ahead and picked them on that account.
The New York Jets and the Pittsburgh Steelers. You're rolling with Pittsburgh Steelers, the steel curtain, and that defense. I'm going to say, hey, New York Jets, they're switching some things up. They've got a new face in town. I'm rolling with the Jets.
I don't care who's the new face. They're garbage, and putting another person in there is not going to help.
Clip it. Clip that right there. Because whenever the Jets win this week, I want to hear that
It's
over
a
and
short
over
week.
again.
What can he possibly do? I mean, come on.
I cannot wait to play that back whenever they win. Baltimore and Tampa Bay, we're both rolling with Baltimore. And then the Los Angeles Chargers and Arizona Cardinals. Josh, you're rolling with the Cardinals. I'm going with the Chargers.
There's a few picks I almost would want to reverse. Last week, the one I got wrong was the one during this segment. I was like, I feel like I might switch that. I was like, no, I'm going to leave it alone. I should have switched it. But this is a tough week.
You should have bet last week because, man, you would have had a good week if you put some money on that.
You know what? You're right. You're right. I'm not betting this week.
I usually put about a quarter. I usually put a quarter on my picks for the week. And
it adds all up.
And just because you never know. You have no clue.
Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe that quarter turns into a couple grand, and then now you're sitting pretty for a couple months.
I can retire from this show.
You would not be able to retire, but you'd feel a little bit more comfortable about your living for a month or two.
Today reminds me.
What does it remind you of, Josh?
It reminds me that there's nothing cool about shrinkage.
What kind of shrinkage are you talking
I'm talking about
Josh?
like when I buy a bag of chips, and it's like 95% air.
You mean shrinkflation?
No, I'm talking about the shrinkage of the amount of stuff they put in their packaging.
You're talking about shrinkflation, Josh. You're talking about
Pretty
shrinkflation.
much. Didn't you mention that earlier?
I did mention shrinkflation, and Frito-Lay, they're actually battling shrinkflation right now. We're going to be getting a shrinkflation win. Frito-Lay is adding 20% more chips to some of its bags after years of complaints about shrinkage, or better known as shrinkflation.
But I'll see it when I believe. I'll believe it when I see
You'll
it.
see it when you believe it. Absolutely. Amen.
Because like they say that, but then they're probably going to do something to alter that, and it'll still be the same amount of chips.
Well, maybe you can see and believe this. A 2021 study found one version of Tostitos had dropped from 13 ounces a bag to 11 ounces another drop from 12 to 11. And there were similar issues with Ruffles, which are also Frito-Lay. They revealed the plan to add more chips in their quarterly earnings call. They used the term bonus bag. It's not happening with all their products. It sounds like it might just be their new jumbo size bags, and only for a few products popular with football fans like Tostitos, Ruffles, and Doritos, which were all mentioned by name. So they're also selling the new bonus bags at select locations. There's no word yet on which ones, but some of their variety packs are getting bigger too. Ones that normally have 16 bags will now have 18.
Oh, wow. Big difference.
You don't
there.
seem too thrilled about this, Josh.
Like I said, I'll believe it when I see it because I feel like they'll do something. They'll be like, there'll be 25% more chips, but what they'll do is like they'll make the bag bigger and then they'll put more air of it. So they're like, technically there is 25%. You know, like they'll find some way, but chips are expensive.
They really are. The other day I was walking through the chip aisle and I remember everything used to be $1.50, $1.90, whatever. Now these bags of chips are $3.50. What the heck, dude?
Some of them are even more than that. You're looking at $5, $6.
It's ridiculous.
So I usually don't buy a lot of chips. I do buy the value pack with the little bags because
Right.
I use that sometimes for sandwiches, for lunch or something.
Okay, yeah.
But I try not to, like, because if I buy chips, I eat them all in one sitting, and it's not good. So I just try to avoid it altogether.
Yeah, I don't eat a ton of chips. I usually just go for like the classic tortilla chips, which you can get pretty cheap if you get the great value version.
Yeah, get some salsa. By the way, we did go have our little dinner or lunch
Chips
together.
and salsa, we went and got
Yeah,
some. What'd you
yeah.
think of it?
It was very good. Very good.
I have to do it again.
That's all I ate yesterday. That one meal.
Wow.
I was so full. I didn't eat anything the rest of
Heck
the
yeah,
day.
dude. Well, Josh, men used to pay for dates because it was just how the world worked. And then going Dutch became more of a trend because equality. But is this the real reason guys should still pay? A woman in New York is going viral for saying she refuses to split the bill because she's already spent way more money prepping for the date. She lists things like getting her nails done, maybe buying a new outfit. Meanwhile, the guy's probably showing up in whatever he wore to work. She also talks about how much time she spends getting ready, and time is money. So is it fair for men to pay for dinner because of that, Josh?
No.
No? Why not?
Look, I think maybe we should pay the meal and dinner more often than the woman, but I think that if we have to shuck out the money every time, that's not fair. Because it takes two to tango, Brandon, and this dating thing, it's not just a one-person thing, right? So why should one person have to continuously pay for everything?
I don't know. I think that I agree with you that maybe splitting the bill isn't always the worst thing, but I do probably adhere to the more traditional approach of like the guy should be paying for the thing. You're courting the young lady, all of that kind of stuff. And it's just, I think to some degree, it's like, hey, I can provide, I can do this. That's just part of the old traditional way of dating.
Exactly. Old traditional way.
That's just kind of what I adhere to.
I
I
say
do
for the
think that
majority
this
of the
is a
time.
bunch of horse manure, though, where it's like, I have to go buy a new outfit and do my nails. I've spent a ton of money. No,
Not
drop
every
it.
time you're not
Drop
doing your
it.
nails and
Drop
getting a new
that
outfit.
act. We're not even going to start with that. Am I okay with paying for your meal? Yeah, but you better be okay with eating cheap because that's the only way that your meal is getting paid for. If we go, like, for example, if we go over to Spirits and you're like, let me get the surf and turf, the $50 meal, I'm like, I hope you're paying for your own meal, but if you get something like
Reasonably priced.
at least reasonably priced, I have at least budgeted for that date. That's why I asked you on a date, is because I can afford it. I'm interested. All of those kind of things. My whole thing is, if you can't afford to take the young lady on a date, don't ask her on one.
But what if you just have to keep doing things? And
What if you have to keep taking them on dates?
Yeah.
Then that's a conversation that continues to happen between you and that person. And that's a great opportunity to get creative, isn't it, Josh? I mean, it doesn't always have to be going out to dinner. It could be, hey, we're going to make our own pizzas at my place. That saves you so much time and money.
You still got to pay money, though.
You do have to pay, but it saves you a lot more than going out, and it creates a memory.
I'm
and
just saying,
time is money.
ladies, it's okay every now and then if you want to pay for the meal.
Are you talking to anybody right now,
No,
Josh?
not anyone. I'm just saying.
This isn't a directed
don't
statement.
make this more than what it is, Brandon.
Oh, it's not more than what
I'm
it is?
just saying, ladies, if you want to help out every now and then, there's nothing wrong with that.
He's
either.
winking. He's winking as he says
I'm
that.
not winking at anything. You would get me in trouble, Brandon. Shut your mouth. We'll be right back.
Josh, I got to tell you a pretty funny story about this song. I was seeing this young lady back in the summer of, I want to say it was 2022. And
that long ago.
It wasn't that long ago. It might have been 21. It was whenever I was in college. It was in the summer. And I had known this girl since 8th grade whenever we did Stardusters,
It started way back in 8th grade.
Yeah, exactly, Josh. And Stardusters is like a ballroom dancing class. And I always had the biggest crush on this girl. I mean, the biggest.
What happened?
And she had, from what I understand, she had a crush on me, but we just never worked out. We never
It
were
never
able
worked
to make.
out. Y'all both had a crush on each other.
I know, we never were able to gain enough confidence to say anything to either one of us, and it was just whatever. And so that summer, I was working at Walmart, right? And she worked in an Auntie Anne's in the Walmart. And so I was like, I'm old now. I've got swag. I'm going to go say hey. So I went and I said hey, and lo and behold, we kind of go on a couple dates, all that kind of stuff. And dude, I had been itching to kiss this girl. I knew that there was a couple opportunities where whenever you look back on it, you're like, okay, she was setting me up, and I just dropped the ball on that one. And finally,
you do that with me every day. I set the ball up for you to take something,
right.
You just let it go.
Well, I did that a couple times with her. And so, Josh, finally, we were driving back from whatever, I think it was some Target run or whatever she wanted to do. And she was the biggest Swiftie in the world. It was ridiculous.
Even that many years ago?
Oh, it was so bad, Josh. It was the worst. And I finally was like, let me play a couple songs. And I was like, let me play a couple. Let me set the mood. So, like, I was playing a couple songs. This song was on, and we're about to get out of the car. She's like, all right, bye. And I was like, I don't want to leave yet. And she's like, why? And I was like, this. And, like, I kissed her to that song.
How did you kiss her when she's walking out the door?
No, so, like, we both were about to, like, get out, and I was like, wait, I don't want to. And she was like, what? And she, like, turned, and then I was like, mwah.
And what happened next?
No, she literally, Josh, I know you're not going to believe this. She literally went like this. Tell them what I just did.
Your eyes were wide open.
She was surprised.
Well, you just sucked her face out of
but
nowhere.
she was like, that was good. Literally, I'm sorry.
Then what happened to y'all?
We just lost touch.
No, you didn't lose touch. You kissed her. You gained touch. What happened after that?
I mean, we
we
talked maybe another week or two, but then that was
it.
She
got to know the real you. And then
no, not really.
You might have kissed me good, but that's a weird
I went on
dude.
vacation for a week, and whenever I came back, she didn't talk to me anymore. So
she found someone else.
Maybe she did.
You weren't the only one kissing on her.
I guess not.
So we're 3 minutes in, so I guess that's what we're talking about in this segment.
How about this? I'll summarize everything that we were gonna plan on talking about.
Brennan's all in his feels today. He's all reminiscing. He's thinking about the future. He's all in his feels.
If you're planning to wear a Halloween costume that might be offensive or politically correct, someone polled over 1,000 Americans and asked if these things are still acceptable. Can you dress as a man? Can a woman dress as a man? 69%
no one cares
said yes.
No more.
Nope.
I want to know what the girl looks like.
The girl looks like?
You got a picture of her?
Josh, you're going to be like, what?
I want to see a picture.
I don't know if I can show you.
Jay Sean, Lil Wayne, it's down. Contain yourself, Brennan. Compose yourself.
Listen, man, you better be careful. I might come over there and smooch ya.
So yesterday we tried to cover this story, but then Brennan heard this song. It made him reminisce about kissing a woman years ago, and it got off rails. He went on a 3-minute spiel about it.
But it is a funny story, Josh. You have to admit, the fact that the first kiss after years of tension between me and this young lady was to that stupid song.
We are already 30 seconds in. We got to talk about what we're supposed to talk about yesterday.
Well, let me oversimplify it so that way we can just fly through it. If you are worried about what other people think is politically correct, or if you want to be politically correct this Halloween, somebody asked the internet if these Halloween costumes are still PC, and I have how the internet reacted. Can a woman dress as a man? 69% said yes, 19% said no. Can a man dress as a woman? 65% said yes, 23% said no. Can a non-Native American dress as a Native American? 52% of people think it's still okay, 30% said definitely not. That's where, if you're really concerned about the public's perception, it gets a little bit more murky. You're not so sure. And if you're trying to just stay with a clear type of Halloween costume, maybe don't go for the Native American costume. Can a child dress up as in a cultural costume if they're not part of the culture? 62% of people said yes, 20% said no. Can your costume include a realistic-looking gun or other weapon? This one, I'm just going to answer for you. Yes, it can have that. Don't be so soft. It can have a fake gun. Can white people wear blackface makeup if they're dressing up as a black person? This is shockingly high, Josh. 33% think it's still okay in 2024. Another 15% aren't sure, but 52% of people said definitely do not do that.
Okay. What is the point of Halloween? What do we do for Halloween? We dress up as something we wish we could be or something we enjoy or like.
Or
a little kid likes to dress up as Moana just because they're not the same cultural, from the same background as Moana doesn't mean they can't dress up as Moana. The whole thing is stupid. You dress up what you want to dress up as for Halloween. How about that? Now, the whole blackface thing, that's probably going too far. But if it's a costume you buy, you want to dress up as Moana, but you're not of Moana's background, who cares? Dress up as what you want. It's Halloween. People need to stop being so soft and let people enjoy their life a little bit.
Josh, maybe we can be campaign partners for this Halloween, and here's what we can run on. We can run on what you just said. Dress up however you want, but also don't dress up like a slut.
You can't say that!
Yes, I can!
What does that have to do with anything?
Because everybody nowadays is just like, dude, check it out. I've got everything hanging out this Halloween.
That's society in general. Have you been out in public? Like, that's just how people
I'm sick
dress.
and tired of it. I wish we could go back to the days whenever everybody had everything covered up and we could enjoy a Halloween and it didn't have to be a whose booty is biggest competition.
You know what? I don't even know where to go with that.
Will you be my vice president of Halloween?
Agree with all that.
You don't agree with all
I'm
that?
just
You
saying,
like people dressing up all naughty?
Dress as what you want. It's Halloween.
All right,
as long as
Josh.
you're not committing any illegal crimes, then we're good.
I don't know.
Stop worrying about
I think we're
everybody
poisoning these young children's minds whenever they
No.
see all these people walking down the street and they've got their breasts out.
Tyler Perry's been dressing up as a woman for decades. Everyone likes that.
I'm not referencing that. I'm referencing the dressing up naughty.
I mean, Chris Martin, he was, or what's his name? Something Martin. He was Big Mama. That was a great movie.
Yeah,
People
that's
didn't have a problem
different.
with
That's
that.
different than dressing up and being like, hey, check out my rear end.
Okay, that's just society.
I'm over it.
So Washington College in Maryland is old, and we know this because it's whining about young people not being taught cursive. So the college that's changing their logo is not LCU or whatever.
They already did that. They already changed from
Yeah.
Louisiana College to Louisiana Christian University.
I
And
didn't like it.
Well,
to be honest
Josh,
with you.
you're in a group with a lot of old people. I mean, I went to the town hall and bless their heart, they thought that the world was ending. The fact that their sweet Louisiana College was now Louisiana Christian University. I get it. I get that they have
Everyone
nostalgia,
already knew it for
tradition.
what it was, though.
Okay,
Like,
but
it's already
you
established.
You have to think of it from a marketing standpoint.
I
If
get
somebody Googles Louisiana College, what's the first thing that's going to come up? LSU, Tulane, Northwestern,
True.
all of those things. If you look up Louisiana Christian University, the first thing that's going to come up is LCU, Louisiana Christian University. It's a better marketing thing. It's a better identity,
Well,
and they
according to
still
what you said,
are.
Not many people are. I'm not gonna go.
They still are Louisiana College as well.
Not
They
many
still
people are
have
Googling
stuff
it,
in
Brandon.
there.
That many people are googling it, going.
It's a process, Josh.
Anyway, Washington College recently announced that they're changing their logo, which incorporated George Washington's signature because kids these days aren't learning cursive. And students couldn't read the logo, Brandon. How about that? And if you look at the logo, like I'm going to show you a picture here.
I bet you couldn't read the logo.
Like, look, it is a bad
I can read
logo.
that. That's G. Washington. That's what that.
That's a really bad logo.
No, it's easy to read if you know how to read.
It's ugly. It's a box with Washington College, and then there's a bunch of scribble scratch
Like you
above
should
it.
be the person that dictates if it's a good logo
Doesn't
or
this
not.
look better? It's clean font. It's red and white. It's got a logo above Washington College. Like, that is more clean. It looks more
I
modern.
don't think there were any issues
This
with the
looks
original
like something
one.
you would have made on, like, Word or Notepad or something.
I don't think it's that bad, Josh.
Anyway, people can't read cursive, so they're going.
Can
in
you
a
read
different
cursive?
direction. Most cursive. It depends how really bad. If you're asking me, can I read my doctor's cursive? No, I cannot.
My Nana, she'll still write me every now and then, she'll write me like 3 pages of just like a letter. She's just what she's thinking about, like how she misses me and all that kind of stuff. And it's all in cursive
Oh, I bet you that's hard to read. No?
because I know how to read cursive.
What you trying to say? I don't know how to read cursive.
That is exactly
I
what
know
I'm
how to
saying.
read cursive. Although when I was in school, they did teach it and then they took it away, just like the multiple choice. Not the multiple choice, but the timetables. They were like, we're going to teach it, and then we're not going to teach it. We're going to teach it, and then we're going to not teach it. And same thing with the cursive. That's why some letters I can't write in cursive.
They used to make us do our entire assignments in cursive.
Ooh.
Yeah.
We're on the road to the Super Bowl, which is in New Orleans this year. But we're week 8 right now in the National Football League. How did we do last week, Brandon?
Last week we had 6 differences, but we still finished tied again.
I'm happy because that was a tough week.
We split it even 3-3. So Josh, you're 64-43 on the year. I'm 63-44. You still got that 1 game edge on me. And this week, there's probably not going to be much movement. We've got almost all of the same picks except for one difference. We've got one difference, and so we'll see how that turns out for us. We're both rolling with Minnesota over the Rams. We're rolling with Cincinnati over the Eagles. Baltimore over Cleveland. I can see the Eagles
winning that one.
I could too. I thought about putting them there. Tennessee in Detroit. We're both rolling with Detroit, Arizona, and Miami. Even though Tua's coming back this week, we still think Arizona wins that game. The New York Jets in New England. I think the Jets, that's a must-win game for them. We're both going with the Jets. Atlanta in Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay is just so beat up. We're rolling with Atlanta. Green Bay and Jacksonville. Nobody's picking Jacksonville. It's Green Bay all day. Indiana in Houston. Both rolling Houston. New Orleans and the Los Angeles Chargers. No surprise here. We're both rolling with the Chargers. The Saints.
The Saints are getting 5 starters back.
Yeah, but we're still going to lose that game, Josh. Buffalo in Seattle. Both rolling with Buffalo. Both rolling with Denver over Carolina, even though Bryce Young is making a start again. You've got Kansas City in Las Vegas. Both rolling KC.
I ain't picking Bryce Young and the Panthers.
And then our first difference of the week, our first and last difference of the week, Washington and Chicago. In Washington, Jaden Daniels kind of trending the wrong way, but Josh is still
Chicago
rolling with Washington. I'm rolling with Chicago. Dallas and San Francisco. We're both rolling with San Francisco. I could see Dallas winning that game.
Yeah, I don't trust the Cowboys, though.
I don't trust them either. I'd rather them prove me wrong than prove me right.
And like I said, I saw the Panthers and Bryce Young week 1 in person. I ain't ever picking them.
Yeah. And the New York Giants in Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh looked good last week. They look like they might be a contender. We're both rolling with Pittsburgh. So there's our picks for week 8. One more time, our total record. Josh is sitting at 64-43. I'm at 63-44. I feel like I know the answer to this, but I'm going to ask you anyways. Have you ever dumped someone or not dated them for something totally petty?
Probably.
Probably?
I feel like it's not that petty, but it probably was. Picky. I mean, if not petty, picky.
Do you want to maybe give us a general example of what it was?
I mean,
come on, man. Open up that can of worms. Don't hold back. Don't be boring.
I think looks.
Looks?
Play
Okay.
a role.
Okay. I don't think that's petty.
Maybe weight.
Maybe weight. I don't think that's petty either. I think that's just having a standard, man. If you, here's my standard. If I don't think I can put you on my shoulders.
Why do you want to put the girl on your shoulders?
It's not that I want to, Josh.
What are you doing?
It's not that I want to, Josh. The point of the matter is that if I do not think that I could be a stable foundation, if this person was hypothetically sitting on my shoulders, it might be a little bit too big for me. Kind of like, have you seen The Office? You remember whenever Michael, he was like, can she fit in a boat for 2? And he's like, and Phyllis is like, no, Michael, she can't. And he's like, then I'm not interested.
And you know what? Looks fade and change, and weight does too. But when you're first dating,
weight's usually added, not lost.
Attraction, you have to have some kind of attraction.
And I'm sure the ladies hate hearing us on the radio right now.
And it's horrible, but you know, like, you have to want to kiss it, right?
But there are pettier reasons.
Whoa,
Josh, come on.
I'm talking about the
pipe
girl.
It down. Pipe it down.
No,
pipe it down.
You're talking about putting a girl on your dang shoulders.
That's so much different. But how about this, Josh? Those reasons, I think that those are okay to have that standard. I guess it could be debated, but there are even pettier reasons.
I've been told I'm picky.
There's even pettier reasons that people on the internet have not dated people. Like, for example, this person said she was perfect, except she would snap her fingers whenever someone said something she liked. Every conversation was peppered with snaps. So all of that, I'm sure that got old really quick.
Yeah, but I mean, you're not going to find perfection. So, you know, if she looked good,
this is the reason he dumped her. That's what I'm saying, Josh. Us saying weight and appearance, I think that's not as petty as something like this. No. This guy, he said, Well, this lady, I guess, she said a guy did his Beavis impression from Beavis and Butthead, and the woman realized he kind of looked like Beavis in general, so that was it. She called it off. Another one, on Tinder, a woman always swiped left on any guy holding an iPhone without a case because, quote, I don't need that kind of stress in my life.
Now that's petty.
That is very petty. Another one, a guy talked about his Italian heritage too much. Nothing against Italians. It was just way too constant. Imagine that conversation. Well, I don't think we can make this work anymore. Well, why not? You care about being Italian too much. This person, very simply put, they said he had a Velcro wallet. Josh, you had a Velcro wallet up until recently.
That wasn't a Velcro wallet.
You had that Harry Potter wallet.
That was not a Velcro wallet.
That thing was ugly.
No,
and
it wasn't.
Man, that was bad. A guy spread ketchup across his entire plate at breakfast, then chopped his food up into one big pile. Pancakes were involved as well. Ooh, yuck. This guy said a woman took 40 minutes getting ready to take her dog for a walk, so he had to call it off. Those are just a couple of the examples that we have. What's the pettiest reason you have told somebody that you're calling it off, you're not dating them? What's your totally petty reason?
I just want there to be some attraction. I don't want you to be a drug head. I want you to be a good person.
Nobody's coming for you, Josh. Nobody's upset with you. You don't have to defend yourself. We're asking for petty reasons. Those are standard reasons. I'm in agreement with you, man.
Thank you. Well, I have a nickname, Stingy something, okay?
Oh.
And I don't appreciate it.
Stingy what?
Think about it.
Oh, it's not big sexy?
Think about it long and hard.
It's not big sexy?
Think about it long and hard. Let us know how stingy you are. 318.
Stingy's the wrong word. It's petty, Josh. Stingy has to do with money.
Q93 Alexandra at Morning Q Crew, or send us a voice message, shout out. You can do so on the Q93 app. We'll be right back. Let's take a ride down memory lane and see what took place this day in history. 69 years ago, we start off in 1955, where the first microwave oven was sold. It cost $1,200, but it could cook bacon. Say that 10 times fast.
Could cook bacon. Could cook bacon. Could cook bacon.
Okay,
could cook bacon. Could
me.
cook bacon.
But it could cook bacon. But it could cook bacon. Say that.
But it could cook bacon, 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 but it could cook bacon.
It's a little more difficult.
I still did it, though.
90 seconds, it could cook bacon.
There you go. And Josh, let me see what I've got. 60 years ago as well, in 1964, the Rolling Stones made their first appearance on The Ed Sullivan Show. Numerous complaint letters prompted Sullivan to promise they'd never appear on his show again, but of course, they did in 1965.
They were complaining because it was only rock and roll, but they liked it.
They did.
See what I did there? 46 years ago, 1978, the original Halloween was released.
38 years ago, in Game 6 of the 1986 World Series, New York Met Mookie Wilson hit a slow roller to first base that went through Bill Buckner's legs. That allowed a run to score, giving the Mets a come-from-behind victory over the Boston Red Sox.
And the crowd went mild.
They went on to win Game 7 and the series. This play used to haunt Red Sox fans until their team finally won the World Series in 2004. They won it again in 07, 13, and 2018.
And 30 years ago, we flash forward to 1994, where Madonna released her Bedtime Stories album featuring I'll Remember the theme from the Joe Pesci movie, With Honors. I don't think I said that last name right, but With Honors.
I think it's Joe Pesci, I believe.
Pesci.
And you can't forget, 14 years ago, Josh, in 2010, Taylor Swift released her third album, Speak Now, featuring her hits Mine, The Story of Us, Back to December, and Mean.
Brandon.
Why you gotta be so mean?
I can't lie. I'm not even a crazy... there's a few songs I like of hers. I'm not a crazy Taylor Swift fan. However, even I feel like I'm missing out, and I should have bought tickets to go see her.
It's too expensive, Josh. It wouldn't be worth it.
It's not her... No, it's not... People reselling the tickets are expensive.
Still too expensive.
Her regular tickets off Ticketmaster are not expensive.
Still
I just
too
feel
expensive.
like I'm missing out on a historic moment, and I feel like I'm missing out on the hype train.
You have FOMO for real, Josh.
I have FOMO. I think I want
all of the stupid promotional marketing ploys.
I saw that bracelet on the Superdome, and I was like, I gotta go.
I
saw the merch
awful.
they were selling. I was like, I gotta go.
That is
I feel like
so
I'm missing
bad.
out, man. I want to look back years from now and be like, where were I when the Eras Tour came through Louisiana?
Hopefully doing something better than wasting your time there.
Oh, come on, Brad. It's going to be lit in Nolans this weekend.
You just said you're not even that big of a fan.
But I
you
might
have FOMO.
be. I didn't like Garth Brooks a lot either, but then I went to see him in concert. Now I'm like, heck yeah. It's a 3-hour show, dude.
I think you'll be okay. So New York City might make this a thing. They're asking, should you be allowed to use sick days to take care of a sick pet? And a new amendment would allow anyone to use sick days to take care of their pet. And right now, you can only use them if you or someone in your family is sick. The basic argument is that pets are family. If you've got a cool boss, they might already allow it, but this would be written into the city's bylaws, so companies would have to say it's okay. It was just proposed this week, so it's not happening tomorrow, but Josh, do you think this is a good idea?
I guess, man. You know, pets are like family, but I feel like people are just going to use and abuse this.
Absolutely they are. They're going to have an AI-generated photo of their dog named Rufus.
With a broken
and
leg.
maybe 2 times a year they're going to say, oh, my dog, he's sick, he ate something bad, and they're just going to get a free day off.
I do worry about this country's work ethic.
It is very much lacking, for sure.
I feel like we want more and more excuses for time off.
We do.
And I know we do work a lot in
I
this
know
country.
some people that make a lot of excuses for time off. I mean, they will go to the furthest extent to get that time off.
But if something happens to your dog, I believe you should be able to go see about it, right? I remember I was working at a different radio station at the time. My pet, family dog I grew up with, had to go be put to sleep. And I literally had to go to work.
Still sleeping?
My dad, what?
Still sleeping?
That's horrible.
No, I mean, you said she had to go take a nap.
She had to be put to sleep, Brandon.
Is she still sleeping?
Yes, she's dead.
That's a long... Oh, she's dead.
That's so cool.
Gotcha.
Anyway, it was very difficult, and I had to go on the radio while she was being put to sleep, knowing that my dog is being murdered.
In the arms of the angels, fly away.
And I'm just saying, like, I shouldn't have had to go to work. Like, I was holding back the tears as I was on the microphone.
You should have played that in the background as you were saying, Q93.
I'm glad you're laughing at my dog's death, Brandon.
Hey,
I'll remember this when Zeke dies.
I was about to say it happens to all dogs at some point. Zeke will sadly, at some point, probably have the same story.
Do dogs go to heaven, Brandon?
Do dogs go to heaven? Do you want my real answer or do you want the cute answer?
I want what you actually think biblically.
I do not believe that animals go to heaven.
You don't think there's no animals in heaven?
Well, it does say that you have to confess with your mouth that Jesus is Lord and you got to have a spirit and such. And so that goes into the idea of...
But God created animals.
But did he create animals in the image of God, or did he just create them as part of his creation? Can a tree be saved, Josh?
No. But there's not going to be trees in heaven?
Well, that doesn't mean that Josh can't put a tree. I mean, that doesn't mean that God can't put a tree.
You saying my dog won't be there?
It's very unlikely.
Oh my God!
Very unlikely.
Oh my God!
Thanks for listening to the Best of the Morning Q Crew podcast. Wake up with the Morning Q Crew weekday mornings from 6 to 10 a.m. on Q93, Alexandria's #1 hit music station. And be sure to subscribe to this podcast so you don't miss the best moments from the show each week.